we're rolling along here on the finale of GMC The Quest, and we're bringing in one of the stars, one of the slept-on stars. We'll talk about that shortly of the GMC. We can't not have Ty Katy on here and not talk about that, but the outstanding center fielder from STA, St. Thomas Aquinas, Blue Division champs along with South River. Outstanding season. And congrats to you and the team, and thanks for coming on the finale.
Thank you for having me. Really,
100%. So one of my favorite things of the season. And you guys had a great year. You know, kind of started, you know, hit or miss for a while, and then just kind of blew up and won. How many did we win in a row? Like 12, something like that.
I think we were at 9. I think it was 9 because we just missed out on 10. So
okay, so but we made sure that, you know, we saw the running tweets and posts about you guys being slept on and how you loved it, and tell us about that and how that kind of became the identity, and you know how you know, you guys embraced it.
Yeah, it really started when we split with South River. It was after the first game. It was a rough loss for us, and we really just felt that we needed that bounce back win. And when we got it at South River, we just felt like it was all in that bus that on that ride home, that we felt that we all kind of like bonded all together after that. And it was just really, we all came up with the term "only us," and that was just how we came up with it. And we felt that if everyone wasn't going to be with us, then it could just be only us. So
that's right. And you guys made it the identity through the season and really had a great year. And I think what a lot of people maybe don't realize right away, or maybe that's why, you know, STA was maybe an afterthought at the beginning, was really a young team, you notwithstanding, you being the old head, you being the, you know, we got some Ty Katy Day pictures of senior day, which was just you. But, you know, a lot of really talented young guys, freshmen and sophomores. Did it take a while for everybody to kind of really get up to speed playing together and just kind of the speed of GMC baseball?
I feel like it took a couple of games really just to know how everyone plays. I mean, with our sophomores, I kind of got a sense of that in my junior year when they were freshmen. But with the freshmen coming in too, you have to get used to it a little bit and how everyone plays first. So I think it took a couple games, but once we clicked, we honestly we took off. So
definitely. Winning the title this year has got to be your best memory of STA baseball, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, 100%. Winning with Coach Tom was just a great memory.
Definitely. Now, tell me about the future. You know, this is probably not just you and graduating, and that's the end of it, right? We kind of expect you're going to be following along the next few years.
Yeah, I'm gonna hopefully walk on to Stevens and hopefully get my spot there, and hopefully get to have a good college baseball career there.
Yep. And back at STA, we're expecting big things, right, in the next coming years?
Yeah, I really do. I think STA is going to be a team where they're going to be on the map for a couple of teams, and that they're actually going to be there competing now, and it's not going to be someone you can just walk all over when you show up down the hill.
Shout out some of the young guys here.
Pay attention to he's going to be a senior next year. We got Ricky Del Rio and Zach Diaz and Jack Valenzuela, the freshman, coming up. So those are going to be the 3 guys that they're going to take this team to storm.
Now, you mentioned Stevens, you know, one of the best schools, not just in New Jersey, but in the country. Great D3 baseball now with Coach Aldens and an NCAA regional team this year. But what's your major?
Quantitative finance.
And what does that even mean? Because that's way above my head, other than like I know what's in my bank account, not much.
It's a sense where, like, if there's problems in companies in the finance area, where I would have to like show a bunch of graphs pretty much and try to find the problem within the problem.
And now we see also why you were on the GMC all academic team.
Yeah. My parents made sure that I took care of my grades before anything. So
that's right. All division made your coach happy, and I guess your parents happy, but all academic really made your parents happy.
Yeah, it did.
Definitely. Well, congrats on an awesome year and ending up as one of the really fun and good stories in the GMC this year. You know, certainly, you know, batting average about 560, I believe. not a bad way to go out.
No.
So, no, awesome season, and congrats and best of luck to STA next year, and also best of luck to you with Stevens.
Thank you very much.
And I think also, although I guess it'll have aired by then, I guess we should say Senior All-Star Game, right? Diamond Nation.
Yeah.
That's got to be an awesome honor too.
Yeah, it is. It really is. I can't wait. I think it's the game's tomorrow, so I really can't wait to get out there and play.
Represent well, I'm sure. So thanks, Ty. Thanks for taking a few minutes, and we look forward to following you along the path.
Thank you very much.
You have Ty Katy, our guest on this segment of the finale. We'll see you guys in a minute. We're here on the finale for this 2022 season. We'll look back at some of the great stuff in the GMC for this year, and we would certainly be foolish if we neglected the great season for Woodbridge High School. School record 25 wins, to the finals of North 2 Group 4 tournament, 3 wins in the state tournament, to the semifinals of the GMC. A lot of great stuff. Shawn Kish, one of the big reasons why. And just a crazy talented group of 10th graders that you were part of. Congrats on an awesome season, first of all.
Thank you, man. It was a good time. Yeah, we did the best we could, and we just fell a little short. So
yeah, now I know we had Ty on during the season. One of the things that becomes obvious pretty quick when you watch you guys, and maybe I was just bad luck because you didn't win either time I was out there, but reality is you kind of define how you are as a program by the way you compete each game, and that's off the charts. You guys, just battle and whatever happens, but you're giving it your best all the time. Where does that kind of culture come from? And what does it say about your group, you think?
From the beginning of the season, no one really believed in us. So we always had that chip on our shoulder to just do better and prove everyone wrong, and we did. So it felt good doing it, and we're all excited and pumped up to play every game. Definitely.
When you look back on the highlights, got to be the Ridge game first. I mean, so many games in the season, you win 25, there's got to be a lot of them. But when you take out on their field a team ranked in the top 5, some places, top 10 of the state, that has to be the highlight, I would think, right?
Yeah, it was a very entertaining and fun game to be a part of. We all had a great time, and we're happy that we came out with the W.
Yeah. What are the other moments you're going to look back on as from when you look back on 2022?
Definitely the Colonia series. Colonia series was a fun series. It was fun beating our rival, and that's probably my favorite moment of the season, the Colonia series and the Ridge game.
Definitely. Now, you guys, so many sophomores this year. I think there was 7 or 8 of you that were getting serious time, but we can't just skip past what your senior captains did. Brett Lukacek, Matt Trosh, Josh Vasquez. What did they mean to the team this year, besides being, great players, all 3 of them?
They were great. Every time one of us was down or something, they would talk to us. I always went to Brett or Josh. If I had a question, they would always help me. So I would like to say thank you to them for helping us. They just kept us all together. It was great.
Yeah. Now there's going to be some expectations next year. It'll be a little, we can't play the sleeping on you card anymore because that's not going to happen. What's it like? What's the goals for the off season to stay together? And, obviously you want to take that last step. And I mean, Woodbridge has never won a sectional title and couldn't be too much more close than this year, but how are we going to get over that last hurdle?
We're probably always going to come together. We're all really good friends. This team created a brotherhood between all of us. We're all working out together. All of us are all back in the gym today. So we're just waiting for the next season to come, and we're going to try winning and doing our best.
Definitely. We saw that video of Coach taking the head first slide after the Ridge win. We got to get him to do that after a sectional title next year.
He definitely will be.
We appreciate it, Shawn. Thank you for taking a few minutes. Great year. Like I said, you guys are a lot of fun and really go about it the right way.
Thank you. Thank you for having me on.
Shawn Kish, our guest on the finale. We'll be back after this.
That's a good hack. That's a good hack.
We're here on the final show of 2023, and we 2022. Final show of 2022 here, and we are live, or we're recording from Cary, North Carolina, USA national team site. Mark Gialluisi, Joey Tuttoilmondo, both down in North Carolina for well, you'll tell us what for with Team Artillery, but what event are you guys down there for?
The USA National Championship Tournament.
Excellent.
It's like the 16 top teams in the country come and play, so it's a pretty cool event.
Absolutely. So we're going to finish off. We're going to talk 2022 GMC season. Mark, congratulations. Not only are you our player of the year, which we consider more important than the coaches, of course, but also the coaches GMC player of the year. Joey, one of the best pitchers, not just in the GMC, but also in this entire state of New Jersey. For South Brunswick, over 100 strikeouts, dominating on the mound. I think it was 17 Ks in the first round GMC game.
Yeah, it was.
Is that a high school career high for you?
No. Well, last year I pitched 17 strikeouts first outing of the season.
So tied it, and Mark is saying it doesn't matter because it wasn't against St. Joe's, pretty much.
Yep.
Yeah, we know how it is, but tell us about the season, guys. I mean, obviously some personal highlights to look back on, and what we're going to think about when we think of the 2022 season.
Yeah, we started out pretty hot. I think around like a 10-game win streak. Went down to Georgetown Prep, won a big game there, lost one. Then the season was kind of up and down from there. Lost some games that we had a chance to win. Felt like I stayed pretty consistent throughout the season. We had a lot of players who really came on the scene this year and showed coach what they could do. I think our run in the GMC tournament was pretty good, except for the fact that, we kind of lost in the championship. That was a tough one to swallow. Credit to Zach, did a great job, but our lineup, it's pretty special, but, I think next year some things will change and we'll be much more successful. And then making a run a little bit in the state tournament, losing to a good CBA team. They just swung the crap out of it. So, tip your hats. Wish we could have had a couple other guys throw for us, but, it didn't really work out that way. So that's kind of how our 2022 season went.
Joe, crazy year, right? You got to swing the bat a little bit. You got to, hit some bombs a little bit. And, certainly got to do a great job on the mound. What are you going to remember about South Brunswick baseball?
Probably my first outing last year. First game of the season, no hitters, 17 strikeouts, personal best, stuff like that. Definitely that. And then my freshman year, make it to the GMC's finals, but we lost. But probably that was like our best group out of South Brunswick history. So probably gonna remember that the most.
Losing to St. Joe's a bunch.
Yeah. Get out of here.
You got to square off against St. Joe's early in the season this year, and it was a tight game, and they did come out on top. But Mark, what's it like facing someone like Joe?
It's tough because, he
and
mixes
are you
up.
happy that you're catching him this summer instead of trying to hit against him?
Yes, very happy. Very, very happy. I love catching Joey, but when I face him, it's tough because he almost tries to hit me every single time. He kind of runs it up and in every time, but it kind of makes me a little different at the plate because I don't know where it's going to be, which kind of makes him more dangerous sometimes. And then he can bring the hook over the plate, which is really, really good, which is why I think Joey's the best pitcher in the GMC, just because you don't know where the pitch is going to be. It could be at your face or it could be down the corner.
Everything is moving like crazy.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you, I've seen that too. I don't know why I miss up and into you all the time, but
yeah, it just happens.
It just happens.
He knows why. He's just on camera now. He doesn't want to say why. Joe, facing someone like Mark, and you got to see all the improvement that he made as a hitter this year, and obviously see it pay off for him and hit over 500. What's it like trying to get him out, and are you happy knowing that you're throwing to him now?
No, I'm so happy that I'm throwing. So happy. No, it's kind of hard getting Mark out because I mean, he knows the game really well and he catches me, so he knows my pitches and he knows he knows like what I throw and everything like that. So it's double as hard to get him out and stuff like that. But no, I try to jam him in. I do it on purpose. Not try to miss up and in though, but I try to jam him in and then I try to throw that hook over and stuff like that. But no, it's really hard because he knows the game. He definitely knows my pitches and stuff like that. But no, he's a good.
You guys have college baseball coming up down the road, obviously a little bit down the road, and you're playing a lot of competitive games this summer. But growth-wise, what are you guys each trying to work on this summer to become better when you do make that transition to college?
I would say for myself, just continue the work habit, continue to rely on hard work and preparation and not just luck. I feel like that ends up much better for myself as a player, kind of having that confidence factor of I've been here before, I've done the work, I've been early in the gym, late in the gym, like that stuff's going to pay off instead of just relying on like how I feel that day or my luck. And continuing to just deal with failure and move on from it. That's the two biggest things for me.
Definitely. Joe, same?
Yeah, same. The confidence boost, like when I'm on the mound, like just knowing that I've been here, I know I can do it and stuff like that. So most definitely the confidence.
Definitely. We appreciate the time, guys. I know you're taking away from some team stuff and relaxing time before it gets underway in North Carolina. But, awesome season. It was a lot of fun to watch you guys both get after it, and a great summer.
Thank you.
Maybe we'll throw some content up there from you guys this summer. I heard you got a couple of crazy New Jersey guys we got to get on.
Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah.
Thanks for your coverage all year with the high school stuff, Mike. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
Definitely. All right, guys. We'll talk to you soon.
Yep.
All right, sounds good.
All right.
We're here on the finale for GMC The Quest. We've got Alfonso Esposito, one of the top pitchers in the GMC, and one of the top pitchers returning in the GMC next year as a senior. Junior year, Middlesex, always a great team. 23 wins, I believe, 23-6. Looking back on the season, we'll start with the positives. Obviously, winning the white division, and I know that when you start the season, some people don't realize how great an accomplishment that is. But as the season played on and North Brunswick started to be really good and Woodbridge, got to the Group 4 finals and Colonia got better when JT came back, pretty damn good to win the white division.
Yeah, I mean, it was really hard. I mean, to face North Brunswick 2 times in the same day, it was really hard to see Zach and then come back. And 2 weeks later, we faced Woodbridge, got one of the best lineups, just as North Brunswick did as well. And then there were so many good teams. You never know what could happen. Like Sayreville could beat anybody, Piscataway can beat anybody. Anyone in that white division can beat anybody. And it was just really hard. And we fought and we won it.
Like it that way, though, right? I mean, that's, Middlesex baseball's got the rep for being tough in those kind of games. So, I mean, that's how you build it, I guess, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, it's you guys have built such a reputation as a state power that getting knocked off in the Central Jersey finals feels like a disappointment. You guys lost to Point Beach for the first time after 4 or 5 years of it, but still, I mean, is that that's the kind of program you want to be in, right? I mean, that's that level of greatness is like expected.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, even though we lost a lot of the juniors that are on the team now, we're just gonna come back more hungrier next year, and hopefully we see those guys again, and hopefully it's a better outcome.
Yep. Tell us about who's coming back along with you. Stephen Young's seems like he's been around forever,
Sure.
beating up on guys in the GMC, and he's finally, moving on to Caldwell and had an amazing career. But let's talk about the guys who are coming back in 23.
Yeah, we got Aiden Kozak, who's one of our best pitchers, who's going to be a huge part for next year. Got Tommy Livornia, who's one of our best hitters this year as well. We got a couple of JV guys coming back that are going to be on the varsity roster. We also got Mike Canvicio, who's going to be a big part in how he pitch. Adam Grohl is going to be another big part in how he pitch.
Yep.
So it's going to be interesting.
Yep. So, how do we carry on the tradition, the legacy, the expectation that, you got Middlesex on your jersey? A, teams are going to be gunning for you, but B, you're going to respond.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be hard once again. In that same white division, a lot of those teams are really young still. Like North Brunswick, a lot of sophomores and juniors on that team. So we're going to see mainly everyone on that team again. And Woodbridge got a lot of juniors.
GMC was tough this year, but, think of all those junior pitchers, yourself, obviously, but think of the other first team arms and almost all of them are back.
Yep, exactly. Zach's back. I know he's going to be one to come in for us. So it's going to be exciting.
Definitely. Well, we appreciate the time, Alfonso. Let's have a great summer. Get your stuff taken care of. White House Legion, always one of the state's best. So let's see how we can continue.
Yep, for sure.
Awesome. We appreciate the time. Alfonso Esposito is one of the top pitchers in the GMC. First team all conference, first team all quest, all that good stuff. And one of the top guys returning 2023. So again, we appreciate the time, and we'll catch you soon.
Thank you.
Yep. Thanks, Alfonso.
You got to pump it up, don't you know? Pump it up. You got to pump it up, don't you know? Pump it up. You got to pump it up, don't you know? Pump it up. You got to pump it up.
And we're here on the GMC wrap-up show. We've got the GMC Pitcher of the Year, the Quest Show Pitcher of the Year, hopefully soon the All-State Pitcher of the Year. You've seen the highlights, you've seen the stats, you've seen the 120 strikeouts and 2 walks, which still seems kind of silly to even say. It's Zack Konstantinovsky Jr. We still got him for another year, headed to Rutgers, but congrats on an incredible year, Zach.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Definitely. Let's talk about North Brunswick season, right? Because back in November, when we talked for the first time, you talked about, staying at North Brunswick and trying to put this program on the map, and you saw Eric Reardon do his thing, and, time to win that first ever GMC title. And then you guys go out and make it happen with an incredible tournament and an incredible May. Tell us about it.
Yeah, it was awesome. Our team finally started like halfway through the year. We were struggling a little bit, but I think we got together, we got our mojo, got everything going. And I think once we got into the tournament after we won the first game, I think it's when we realized we really had a chance. We played really well all year. Caught a couple breaks here and there, luckily, but it feels great just to stay home with all the kids I've been playing with my whole life and win a GMC championship like we've dreamed of.
Yep. Take us through that last day. I mean, the GMC finals. You great, beautiful day. You're playing at East Brunswick Tech. You're playing. St. Joe's has been the #1 team in the GMC for a while, and they were ranked in the state. And you're going up against another Rutgers commit in Andrew Goldan, and sometimes we forget that was the second time because you threw against JT Croner too, right, in the first round, and we kind of looked past that, but took out like all their 2022s, didn't you? So, so take us through that. The awesome game it was. Kyle getting the winning hit, and just that feeling that last inning.
Yeah, I knew going into the game was going to be tough. We needed a full team effort there. I was going to go out there and do my job. I knew my team behind me was going to make plays. So it needed a full team effort. I knew, even though our offense was pretty good all year, offensive part was going to be the toughest part of the game. So luckily we jumped out ahead in the first inning. They got me back a little bit. And then after that, it was just kind of a grind. So we worked little by little, kind of made him work. And luckily I threw a lot less pitches, and he was out before I was. But, Kyle coming up and again, the big hit there, making big plays defensively. And it was a great day to be a North Brunswick Raider.
Absolutely. Now, you guys, no matter what happened from there, and things went still pretty good, and you got a couple states wins. I mean, that's a team that's going to be, remembered forever in history as the first to do it. So, your control, right? That's the other thing. I mean, how does that happen? Like, how much, how much work did it take for you to put into your mechanics, your everything to just be able to repeat so well? And, who do we got to give all that credit to?
It's been a long time coming. Eighth grade summer, I was averaging maybe 4 walks a game. And then coming here and getting 2 walks a season, finally, it feels good. But it's been a long time coming. I told my coach at the warehouse, Coach Augustine, that I wanted to play college baseball and further, and he's like, "Well, we got to do something." So we worked on a lot of stuff, for the past 3, 4, 5 years. Long time coming, and just a lot of practice, with the ball, without a ball, in the mirror, and just keep practicing every day. If you're not doing anything, you go practice. So it's been a long time coming, and it feels good.
And busted out, as a hitter too this year, right around 400. I mean, pitchers always like to swing the bat. It's got to feel good to be able to do that, not just when you were in the lineup pitching, but every day. And it's not quite time to be a PO yet.
Yeah, I think I wanted to give everything I had for my team, and I thought that was also with the stick. So figured I'd do it and do it good.
Definitely. So you're still around, and we got some other guys still coming back. We probably won't be able to sneak up on anybody or anything in 2023. You're going to come in as one of the favorites. It's going to be exciting, right?
Yeah, I hope so. You just get another year, do it back to back, and keep repeating our history.
That's right. We want to be remembered for a long time to come.
Absolutely.
We appreciate it, Zach. Thanks for coming by the finale here, and look forward to watching baseball warehouse teams in the summer. Get after it with the other GMC guys, and put up some good stuff this summer too.
Thank you for having me again.
Definitely. Zack Konstantinovsky, our pitcher of the year, everybody's pitcher of the year, Mr. Control, Mr. GMC champ. And we'll see you coming up next on the finale here.
People, let me tell you about my best friend. He's a warm-hearted person who loved me till the end. People, let me tell you about my best friend. He's a one-boy, cuddly toy, my up, my down, my pride and joy. People, let me tell you about him yourself.
All right, we are rolling here on the finale. We got East Brunswick time here. We got one of the teams that kind of caught everybody's attention late in the year. We got Aaron Warner, Dustin McGuinness, part of the top pitching staff in the GMC, fewest runs allowed. A lot of great stuff this year, guys, and appreciate you dropping by.
No, thanks for having us. This is awesome.
Yeah, thank you.
So, East Brunswick, not a ton expected coming into the season, right? But we know that last year there was a lot of close games and a lot of one-run losses and a lot of close wins. And it really kind of seemed like it was the same year for about like 3/4 of the season, right? I mean, off to a good start. I know my first game of the year was seeing you guys beat up on Woodbridge a little bit. It's like, all right, we got something here. And then there was a whole bunch of it seemed like every game was like either 2-1 you won or like 2-1 you lost. And then it kind of got like real interesting, real fast, headed into the GMC tournament. So what happened to wake everybody up? And what are we saying about East Brunswick now?
Well, I think we all just came together as a team. Everyone accepted their roles. There was no more all about me. We all just played our roles. Our pitching staff obviously was a huge part of it. And our offense woke up a little bit. It was cold for a while, but a lot of guys woke up, and that's what our offense basically helped us get to where we needed to be for the finals because our pitching was good all year. We just need our offense to wake up a little bit.
And I think we also knew that coming into the year. Like, we knew our pitching was almost a lock at that point. You know, if we can get 3-4 runs a game, we should be set for the rest of the season. And that was basically what happened after our cold streak. You know, we put up 4 or 5 a game and we're solid. We're ready to go.
Definitely. Now we start the GMCs with like an offensive explosion against Spotswood. If I remember, Jack Nelson hit one out. Dylan hit
Notre Dame.
Yeah, Dylan hit one out that game, right? Jack Gerald hit one out and against you know, does that, I mean, that just kind of gives more confidence, I think, right? Because then you beat Monroe, and then we got the first epic, well, really the second epic game against North Brunswick. You know, you lose that in 12 innings. What's the feeling afterwards? Is it like, all right, we got some big games ahead, and now we know we're pretty good?
Right. I think there was a little bit of both. There was a feeling of, you know, that's it, like our season's over. Like, and then there's also this, you know, we got states coming up. We got to bounce back and see what we can do better, see what we learn from. And, you know, we learned from 12 innings of no runs. I mean, it was definitely a tough one, but, you know, I think all the guys kind of came together a couple of days later and said, you know what, we're not done. We can't go out like this. And, you know, obviously getting to the state championship was awesome. And I think we made a hell of a run and definitely made program history. So it was a lot of fun.
Yeah. So we win the first round of states, beat Freehold, good team. Ryan Costello going to Pitt in a couple of years, but great hitter. And then it's the defending overall state Group 4 champs, Middletown South, at their field. Ben Sheldon pitching, but it doesn't really matter because they got a whole team full of studs. And Dusty, I'm going to ask you because I know you're a competitor. You want the ball, like, you don't care about pitch counts. You want to pitch every game if you could. I know you wanted to pitch that game, obviously, because who wouldn't? You're playing the state champs. But what's that like at being out at short, obviously, and you scored? You drove in the run in the first, if my memory's right. And the game just keeps going, and you hold that 1-0 lead the whole time, and it's like, oh my God, we're beating the state champs.
Well, in my mind, throughout that whole game, I'm like, Ditzel is doing a phenomenal job. I'm not worried at all. But then I also have that if I need to come out of the bullpen at all, I'm ready to go. Because I wanted to pitch, but at the same time, it was a right call because Ditzel's been throwing phenomenal all year.
Yep.
And I feel like they needed me at shortstop because my defense has been great. And it obviously was the right call.
Yep. Now that whole situation comes in the next game, right? Because, you know, Michael, who shoved all year, goes 6 innings, and it's 2-1, and then you scored in the top of the 7th. But then then you are coming in to close that one out. And getting the last out to beat North Brunswick and going to the Group 4 Central Finals. Take me through it in your head on the mound, that feeling right afterwards.
Well, in the 7th inning, when I hit that sac fly, Coach Bohm literally grabbed my arm and said, "You're going in this game." So that right there fired me up. And then I'm warming up. I feel great. And then it's this high game going to the bottom of the 7th. And I know this lineup's sick, but I got to keep them off balance. It worked. We score in the 8th, Schultz. And we're up 2, and I'm like, all right, we're 3 outs away. Facing the bottom of the order, I can get this done. And we got it done. And yeah.
You mentioned fired up, and obviously the kid sitting next to you never has the issue of having to get fired up. Where's that come from, Aaron?
I honestly don't know. I think, you know, like,
your dad seems relatively calm.
Yeah,
your brother doesn't seem too
guy,
crazy.
but, you know, when things get going, he also gets fired up. But, you know, I think when I step on that field, it's just like a switch goes on, and like, you know, everything is baseball related, nothing else matters. And I think you just got to lock in for 2 to 3 hours, and, you know, you leave it all out there every game, and that's what happens. You just get fired up and you're ready to go. And that's basically what I'm all about.
What's it mean, Dusty, to have someone like Aaron who, you know, when he's in the game is like energy and emotion, but when he's on the bench, like, doesn't have the voice at the end of the game.
Everyone takes for granted Aaron on the bench. He's the loudest person. You'll hear him from across the field. And I feel like if we didn't have him getting us going on the bench, a lot of things would be different. So it's a huge thing to have someone like Aaron on the bench with us.
Definitely. Now, you mentioned the pitching staff. Obviously, the two of you did a great job. Mike Marchese pitching so many big games, coming back for next year. The kid just carves against anybody, competes. You know, Joe, again, you know, almost 50 innings, I think, with like an under 1 ERA. None of you guys are like the typical 2022, everybody's trying to throw 95 miles an hour pitcher. But a lot of tough, you know, at bats, tough matchups. Do you guys learn, see things from each other, or how does that, because it's the four of you just like competed great all year?
Yeah, definitely. I think, you know, what's great about our pitching staff is that not only do we do our own jobs, I think we bounce back off each other really well. And, you know, we're always talking on, you know, what we can do better, what we can learn from each other. And, you know, I think it's just really good. And like, you look at professional teams and they're always bouncing back off each other. Like, what can I do better? And, you know, certain grips and different movements and stuff. And I think, you know, like talking changeups with Ditzel, like his changeup's gross. And, you know, his slider, disgusting. You know, he asked me about my 12-6 sometimes. And, you know, he's not going to blow by you, but when he hits the spots, and he's always in the spots, he's just going to die you away, Picasso. So, you know, I think it's just great having the support, especially from our coaches, but bouncing back off each other is really something that we take for granted.
Give you both a chance here. Wrap up the season for me, because it's one you'll never forget.
You can go first.
This season was unbelievable. I did not think that. I thought after the GMC loss, I'm not gonna lie, a few days after, I was like, I think this might be over. But then, you know, we all come back. We all want to beat Freehold. We beat Freehold. We know we have the biggest game against Middletown South, and then it's just unreal, especially compared to last year when we lost in the first round twice in the GMC and the States, and then we go far in both this year. The chemistry on this team was unreal. Never felt anything like it.
One word, if I could describe it, definitely just magical. I mean, you know, what were we, 7-9 at one point? And then, you know, our coaches always tell us after that Cherokee game, it was like someone changed. And I think it was the coaches lighting a spark in us. You know, they kind of dug into us, rightfully so. And I think that just really motivated us, you know, to work better in practice. And I think just working together, you know, the coaches have been saying, like, we're not the most talented team, but it's the most, like, we just have such good heart. You know, everyone just comes together. Like Dustin was saying, the chemistry, it's just a special group of guys. And, you know, it's fantastic. And the way that we all bounce back off each other, and, you know, even like with the pitching stuff, just bouncing back off each other's ideas and all that stuff. And the effort towards the end of the season, we just wanted it. And we wanted it more than any other team. So, and I think that's what really led us to our success.
Some of the biggest wins the school's had in decades, right? We'll never forget the North Brunswick game for sure. The third one, any of them, they're all crazy. Guys, thank you. Thank you for an awesome season. And 2023 is going to be pretty crazy too.
For sure. Thanks so much.
Thank you for having us.
Definitely. Aaron Warner, Dusty McGuinness, East Brunswick, again, great season in the Central Jersey 4 finals. And we'll see what they have in store next year. We'll be back after this. Well, that'll do it for a fantastic 2022 season. From all of us here at GMC The Quest, we want to thank the players, the coaches, the fans, the parents, the umpires, everybody involved that made this a special year for everyone. So as we fade to black on the 2022 season, we'll leave you with some of our favorite plays of the 2022 Greater Middlesex Conference campaign, and we thank all of you as always for watching.
Home run! Oh,
These are days you'll remember when they